It's Hack Yeah. We're breaking the mold. Code breakers here dropping gems of gold. From boardroom plays to cubicle hacks, we crack the code so you don't fall flat.
And I'm the pathfinder, clearing the way, helping you rise up every work day. From first jobs to next level tracks, we teach what works, no fluff, just facts. Hack what, hack yeah.
Yo! Welcome to Hack Yea, where micro innovation create macro results. I'm your guy Gary Cam, the code breaker, and I'm here with the Pathfinder herself, Kim Kane.
Hey everyone, so glad you're here.
So today we are digging into a skills that is crazy important for you and your career and your personal life, but it doesn't always get enough hypes. It's called written communication. So like email, report, even quick instant message. How you write is how people first experience you at work.
Exactly. It's like your first impression a lot of the time. Unlike face-to-face conversations where people can hear your tone or see your body language with writing, it's just you and your words. And trust me, people notice how clear or confusing you are as they're reading through an email.
Oh man, I can think of a few sourcing projects back in the days that totally stopped because the emails were just so confusing. Nobody knew what they were supposed to do. So Kim, like help us out here. That what are some easy wins for better emails?
Yeah, totally. First thing, start with your subject line. That subject line is actually really important. It makes it clear and specific. Instead of just meeting in your subject, say something like project update meeting and put the date, August 10th. That tiny little extra effort helps people prioritize what they're looking at and maybe when they have to read that email.
Good tips. Yeah, like because nobody got time to read mystery email. Right?
Absolutely, right. When you get into the body of the email, be clear, be concise, short paragraphs, bullet points if you can. Forget about big fancy words. You know, some people love to tell others how much communication, their vocabulary. You're trying to communicate, not win a spelling bee.
Amen to that. I remember a couple of times that I actually have to ask people like, wait, what are they talking about? Like, I don't really understand the meaning of what they had on the email. And I have to like Google it, and I was like, wait, what does this mean?
Right.
Next time, one time.
You want to avoid that.
Yeah, you definitely want to avoid that. For people like us, for sure. So, okay, real question though. You are saying be professional, okay? That is something that you coach me a lot on. But is that always necessary? Because like I don't really like to be formal all the time, and again, maybe a different episode too, because like even dress, like how to dress code.
Yeah,
you teach me
that's
a lot on that too. But professional.
I remember.
Yeah, no, that's not good tangent, but just professional in communication perspective. Is it always necessary? Like, do we have to sound formal 24/7?
Right, I understand, and good question. Yeah. You know, I say the default to being professional, especially when you're new or you don't know the person well that you're communicating with in the email. Once you build that relationship, you can loosen up a little bit, and usually that's after kind of a face-to-face meeting or even on a Zoom. Once you kind of learn the person and you get to know them, you start talking a little bit about your family, other small talk, that's when you can kind of loosen up the email a little bit and be a little more casual, I guess, than completely professional. But a tip here is you want to make sure that you're abiding by your company. Some corporations have email policies. Abide by the policies within your company.
Very, very good tips. Very good reminder on the policy. That makes sense. Because to start too formal and too casual, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. You want to lean toward turn toward the professional than the too casual.
You can move into the
know your audience, right? Yeah. Beyond emails, when you're writing reports or memos, structure is everything. Start with a quick executive summary. Use headings to break things up. And don't be afraid to drop in a chart or a graph to try to explain things a little quicker and faster. And a lot of people like looking at images, than all these words buried in a long paragraph.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Like and please have someone proofread too, Kim, right? Before you hit send. You don't want your VP calling you out on a typo in front of the whole team, and ask me now how I know, and I have example.
How do you know that, Gary?
So let me give an example at heart for the audience. There, in my previous job before I met Kim, I worked for a corporate company called General Electric, and we have quarterly shipments at the end of each quarter end.
Mm-hmm.
And that one day, we have this huge order waiting to be shipped, and we finally got approval to ship. And of course, being the line manager, I was like so happy. I was like, finally, we can ship it. So I reply all to an email, very, very excited, say ship it, right? But I kind of drop in the casual thing that I always do with people. I say ship it like it's hot, but it end up saying ship it like it's hot. And I immediately got a call from the VP saying that, Gary, why are you like swearing in the email? But it was a hard lesson to learn. Always spell check.
I've been there.
And the word is not a typo. That's the problem. But just make sure that you look at it twice before you send.
Yeah, and again, with knowing the audience, who's actually on those emails, replying to all isn't always what you want to do there. Watching that, I know some of us have some horror stories with that too. So speaking of casual messages, Gary, you use instant messages like Teams, Skype, WhatsApp. Tell us about that.
Yeah, all the time, right? Like especially because I work with team in China and all over the globe. I'm way more casual there. So like, is that fine? Like with using casual with that type of instant messaging?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a more casual setting when you're doing instant messages and you want to be quick, short, to the point. Definitely more relaxed, but still be clear and still, try to keep it on the professional end. Avoid the slang, skip confusing abbreviations, and always use the correct punctuation. No one wants to decode a riddle during a busy work day.
Yeah, totally. And that is actually very true, especially for people that you work with, not in the United States, because they don't carry the same slang. And sometimes when you put something on chat, they'll come back to you like, wait, what do you mean by that? So again, like Kim said, the abbreviation like U, like the letter U instead of YOUU, right? In the business chat, I think that's a very good tips right there. So, all right, you mentioned that you have some quick tips too. So, can you share that with us?
Yep. Quick tips, easy formula, PPSP. Plan what you want to say. Proofread your message. Seek feedback if you can, and practice regularly to get better. Practice. Hey, this is where AI can be your best friend. And in other apps there, ChatGPT, with the AI, Grammarly, I think.
Like Bible.
Yeah,
every day
yeah. I know. I actually thought about that as I was thinking about this session because you told me about Grammarly.
Yep. Shout out to Grammarly. Like literally, if I don't have you, I would not have a job right now. Most likely. So.
Check your writing, tighten it up. It even helps you brainstorm when you're stuck.
Yep. And again, also another shout out to AI, right? Like, look. There's a lot of chatter out there that some people are weird about using the tool like ChatGPT and AI alike. But honestly, like the podcast best one yet, like they interviewed the co-founder Duolingo, and he said AI isn't going to take your job. Let's be honest, right? But a person who knows how to use AI will. Yep. So if you are not finding ways to work smarter with AI, you are already behind.
Yep, couldn't agree more. It's not about replacing your work. It's about amplifying it.
Yes.
Yep. Get curious. Play around with it. Use these tools to sharpen your edge.
Exactly. So bottom line is, your written skills equals to how people perceive you in the external side of you.
Absolutely.
So it helps your team. It helps your team. It helps your bosses. It helps your company, and especially it helps you.
Yep. So quick to the point on this podcast here, but the writing, your emails, your reports, it matters. And you have so many tools out here with AI to help you out. So use those tools that you have. Thanks so much for hanging out with us again on this important episode of Hack Yea. We'll be back next Thursday with another drop. So in the meantime, hit subscribe, share this pod with your crew. Definitely follow us on LinkedIn at Hack Yea.
And don't forget to visit www.hackyea.com. We have got articles, update, and feedback forms. So tell us what you are struggling with and what you want us to cover in the future.
Until next time,
Heck
yeah!
It's Hack Yeah. We're breaking the mold.
When you talk about like being professional and all those stuff, right? Like I remember you clearly pull me into your office after I sent an email out.
I don't pull you in my
Oh
office.
yeah,
What?
you're like, Gary, can you come over for 5 minutes? I need to talk to you. And I was like, "Shit."
That doesn't sound like me, guys. That's not me.
it was very serious that day, and I was like, I thought I got fired. But she told me, Gary, she looked me in the eyes very seriously, and she said, Gary, never ever put haha in the email. And I was like, what? What's wrong with haha? So what's wrong with haha, Kim? Maybe you can tell us.
I didn't say never ever. Did I say never ever?
You never say ever ever.
Never ever. Okay.
It was
all
right
right.
here.
I didn't mean never ever, but I'm gonna guess that email probably went to a supplier or something when we're negotiating. So we negotiated in a sourcing group a lot. Again, know your audience. Who's on the other side of that email, and whether they think, if it's a casual audience, the LOL and haha is that's probably okay. But it can be overused.
But that was a good point though. Like, so you did mention that it's okay to use LOL but not haha, and I'm still a little confused though. Seriously, literally, I don't know why. What's the difference between haha and LOL? I thought it's the same thing. But I think you give me a reason. I can't remember why though.
Oh wow! Okay, I don't even remember this, folks. But I think LOL is probably more as I'm thinking through it, because I'm thinking about getting an email right now with haha versus LOL. LOL is kind of universal, where people now, it's like, okay, laughing out loud, you're laughing out loud together.
Yeah.
Haha is kind of a. Like, you know how we talk about slang or other things? It's almost like you're laughing at the person.
Or maybe there's a sarcastic tone into it.
Yeah,
perhaps.
right.
I think you mentioned something like that. Like maybe it's not like people can take it in the wrong way. I think.
Yep. Okay. Yep. I think especially given the words that surround the haha, it can be interpreted differently. Like, well, is this guy trying to be smart, right, or making fun of us, or what's going on with it? Yeah.
And I think one thing too, like words in email and text is very dangerous too, because it doesn't carry emotion.
Yep.
And that too, sometimes that's why we need to be careful with the text and email, because people can interpret it super differently than how you want it to be interpreted.
All right, excellent point, right? Your ha-ha would have been a laugh if we were in person, and we would have been laughing together probably. And reading it probably, I can't remember the emails or the context of what I was saying, but yeah, it can be interpreted differently. And I probably interpreted it different than what you meant at the point, all right?
Yeah. So, awesome.
Breaking the mold, code breakers here dropping gems of gold. From boardroom plays to cubicle hacks, we crack the code so you don't fall flat.
And I'm the pathfinder, clearing the way, helping you rise up every work day. From first jobs to next level tracks, we teach what works, no fluff, just facts.